There's a collector on the corner. I'm going to do a chicken video this morning. Maybe we can get Debbie to tell us the story afterwards. We got about 8 or 9 hens with baby chickens.
We got plenty, that's for gum sure. I think the eggs laid around in the sun and baby chickens were born. Oh, watch out, Grandpa.
These little bannies, they're real good for keeping the ticks and bugs and stuff down.
And hiding their eggs.
But if you got flowers or anything, you got to fence it where they can't get in it. She's got some asparagus right there they've been
I
into.
didn't know. Yep. Yep.
Put a fence around the asparagus to keep them out of there. Here's another little mother. And what we do when they first hatch, we put them in a coop like this.
Yeah.
You see, baby chickens can go in there, mama chicken can't get out.
Yeah.
But this hen here, she's old enough.
Yeah, her babies are old
Her
enough.
babies can run with her. And we've got these here just hatched. They're just a day or so old.
Aww.
I don't know where this hen was sitting or nothing. She just come out with these little baby chicks. I think she's got 12.
They're pretty. They're growing.
And there's another one right here.
Yeah,
maybe that's the hen's got 12. I don't know.
Yeah, I think this one's got 12.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's got a passel.
And we was having trouble with them staying alive. Baby chicks, little pigeons hatch, a week or 2 later, they're dead. Just wasn't raising any. And right over across the road over there, about 1/8 of a mile, there's one of them laying houses. Free range. Got them blue hound, brown hens. And then up on top of the hill, there's 2 or 3 of them grower houses. And then people that got them chickens, you'll see a big sign there in front of a biohazard area, no visitors allowed. They're afraid something's going to bring a chicken disease up there to their chickens and all that. I got about 100 pigeons, and I don't know how many chickens we got, 50 or 60. And they're afraid some bird's going to come down here and go up there and bring a chicken disease to them grower chickens. But the exact opposite happened. They got thousands of birds in there all crowded up, and they got to feed with chemicals in it to keep them chickens alive, or they die. Chlorine disease. They get in them chicken houses, they don't ever leave. They spread that letter on the fields, and the turkeys, when the wild turkeys hatch, the baby turkeys don't make it because they're susceptible to them chlorine disease. Before them chicken houses come in this part of the world, we would see flocks of turkeys that had over 100 birds in them. Now you're lucky if you see a turkey. We don't hardly see turkeys anymore. We see a few, but not like we had them. But anyway, so I studied around and I decided what was happening. Them sparrows and stuff was bringing them chlorine diseases down here to my chickens.
Yeah,
I didn't want someone to do it, but I was forced to buy medicated feed. I had to buy that layer pellets that's medicated and buy chick starter growers medicated. And I went feeding it to my pigeons and feeding it to these chickens and all that.
Hey, good morning.
Anyway, and that's what the problem was, because just like that, I went to raising again. Almost all the babies went to survive and everything. And I was down to about a dozen pigeons, and there's about 100 of them back there right now. But anyway, that medicated layer, you could put it in your bird feeder and feed the wild birds, and it'd probably be good for them. But if you put it where a squirrel will get to it, it'll kill him. It's got arsenic or something in it, and it'll kill a squirrel.
Yeah,
It'll kill them dead. Yeah. But if you got squirrels bothering your bird feeder you want rid of them, get you some layer pellets and put in there, that medicated layer pellets, and it'll take care of them.
And chick starters, that'll.
Yeah, or the chick starter. But you don't want to leave it where a rabbit or a squirrel or anything like that, a goat or anything like that, can get a hold of it. I don't like buying that kind of stuff. We usually just fed grain. We also got rabbits.
There's a rabbit.
I feed my rabbits a mixture of alfalfa pellets, sweet grain, and whole corn mixed together. And I screen it to get the dust out, because dust is real hard for rabbits. Then I feed the dust and I screen off of it to the deal. And when it's real hot weather like this, what you can do for your rabbits is put them in the shade, put them in a wire cage like this that the air can get around, hang them up outside where they're off the ground, under the shade tree somewhere, and you freeze you a bottle of water. You stick that bottle of water in there with them, and they'll learn to lay next to it or on top of it, and that makes air conditioning for them, keeps them from getting too hot. Our hottest weather is just now coming.
Yes, it is.
It helps your freezer. Your freezer ain't quite so empty. If your freezer's got room in your freezer, freeze as many bottles of water as you can. That makes rabbit air conditioning for them little rabbits.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about is this right here. What that is, that's a flower made out of little sea creatures.
Oh, that
and they call that Diatomiacte Earth. And what you can do with this, you can mix in with that rabbit's feed. You can mix in with your sheep's feed. And it'll warm them. You can have diarrhea, and if you get the food grade part of this, cook them up in some pancakes and eat it, and it'll cure your diarrhea. It's better for it than Pepto-Bismol or anything. You could eat it raw if you wanted to. It tastes bad. You want to cover it up in something. But I found that Diatomiacte Earth. I mix it in with our sheep's feed. I mix cottonseed meal, salt, and a sheep mineral, three-way mix, equal amounts. And I put some of this in there with that cottonseed meal and get it stuck all over that cottonseed meal. Another thing you can do this, you can put in with your chickens. It won't hurt your chickens' feed. It's just ground up. Ground up deals. But what
there you are.
What it's got, it's like fine glass, and when it goes through animals' intestines, it goes through animals' intestines. Sit down.
You're still in Papa's thunder. You're cuter than he is.
It goes through animals' intestines.
I'll get you in a minute.
It'll shred the worms. It'll worm them. It's not a chemical wormer. It's a natural wormer. It's good for horses or anything you got. You go to buy at a feed store, it'll run you broke. Like they want big price for a little 5-gallon bag. Get on the internet and get on Amazon there, and you can order you a 50-pound bag. That's shipped to your door for about $60. That 50-pound bag will last you a long time. So I guess that's about it for the chicken video. They don't get much views, but I was gonna make them anyway because chickens.
That's what we got. Yeah.
Do. But if you're gonna get them banty chickens,
love my banties.
You don't get them for the eggs. It takes 2-3 eggs, banty eggs, to equal one chicken
And you
egg.
gotta find them too.
And they'll that's just what I was going to say. They hide their nest. They don't lay year round. They're not lazy. They want to lay 10 or 12 eggs. Is about all they're going to lay and go to sit on them. Just enough eggs that they can cover up is all they'll lay. And they want to go to sitting. And they'll hide their nest and everything. In the spring, a lot of times you get a lot more banty eggs, And if you get some extra ones, you can put them in the freezer and freeze them if you get more than you can eat.
Yeah, take them out of the shell.
Stir them up like you're going to scramble them.
No, you don't stir them up. You kind of gently kind of mix them.
Break the yolk, and you put them in a baggie, And if you want to, you can put a little salt in there with them or not salt. Debbie does about half and half. And she uses them to cook with or make scrambled eggs or whatever, just like you would a regular egg when they thaw out. Gets them out of the freezer. But we store eggs through the wintertime. But I bought 14 of them Lujan Brown laying hens up at the animal auction. They was young. And I gave $11 a piece for them. Then they sold some old ones up there that day that was burned out. Probably never laid another egg as long as you kept them. Them suckers brought $14. I couldn't understand why I bought them good young ones, which they wasn't laying yet. When I finally got that first egg and brought it in, Debbie said that egg cost over $150. But they've been laying, but they're getting old now, and I ain't got but 5 or 6 of them left anymore.
Yeah, we had a coon get one of them in broad daylight.
But anyway, that's about it for the chicken video. I'll let Debbie tell a story about her co-worker's tractor. I didn't hear this story firsthand. She heard it.
Well, I worked at a job, and there was a friend, and he told me a story about when he was a little younger. He had this tractor.
4020 John Deere, I think.
Well, anyway, he had this tractor, and he probably should have bought a battery, but he said he didn't. He was, I guess, saving money. And he parked it on a hill where he could roll start it. Well, this one day he was giving it a push, and before he could jump up on it, it took off on him.
Yeah, he got up in the seat and clutched it, I think. And
yeah,
it
took it out of gear. And
so he had it neutral, and he got around back and pushed on the tread of the tire.
So anyway, it took off on him, and he couldn't get on it.
Well, I'll tell you why. He walked out there one of them wet days, cold wet days, because that tractor diesel probably didn't want to start, and he was probably wearing his coveralls and his rubber boots and walked
now
out
who's
clay
telling
and had
this
40
story?
feet.
Listen here, jaw mouth, shush. So anyway,
40-pound feet.
Gonna make me lose my place. So anyway, his tractor was taking off and rolling down the hill and gaining momentum. And then he's like, "Oh, don't hit that tree! Don't hit that tree!" And then he said it's like somebody was driving it. It went right around that tree and just kept gaining speed and passing the trees and going around them. Then it blew through the fence between him and his neighbors and was going down the hill, just a bouncing and a jumping and a gaining speed and gaining speed. And then he's like, "Oh, darn," and he's like, "Please don't hit their house. Please don't hit their house," because it was heading right towards the picture window, and he could just imagine it going through the house and coming out the other side. But thank the Lord that someone was steering, because
I know who was steering.
It turned, and
I know who was
and
steering.
Hey, listen,
it's that
telling
Mayhem guy from that
anyway,
Allstate commercial.
Just ignore the person that's in the glasses. So anyway, and he's like, "Oh boy, it missed the house." And then he wasn't happy for too long, because it hit and totaled out these people's brand new special edition Trans Am. And he's like, "I wished it had hit that tree." And he was a great storyteller. He told it a heck of a lot better than I did. I was interrupted in my train of thought. There's the person that did it. Well, but anyway, he had to pay for a brand new special edition Trans Am, and he like he said, he told me, he said, I wished it had hit that there tree. Well, anyway, goodbye and good luck to y'all, and y'all have a great day. And if you can, stay out of the heat. And thank y'all, and please like and subscribe. Bye. Bye, Jimmy.
Can you?